Hey guys, welcome back to another Tech Tuesday episode. And this is the one I was referencing last time. Last Tech Tuesday episode, the last one. This is the exciting one. And, well, I guess without further ado, I will carefully lift it up. This is my brand new, to me, Mac. It's an iMac. It's a 2011 21.5 inch MacBook. It's a MacBook. You can fold up and no, it's not a MacBook. It is an iMac, one of Apple's desktop Macs. And it is on right now because it's got a traditional hard drive, which takes forever to boot up. So, grab the mouse and keyboard that I got with this. I bought this to replace my laptop as for my studio computer, so I can edit and render video a lot quicker. Well, my laptop that I usually use is a 2012 MacBook Pro with retina display. It's got 2.3 GHz Intel Core i7 and 8 gigs of RAM. This has about half as fast of a processor. Let me pull that information up real soon here after I bring down the freaking sun. The brightness, that is bright. Okay, about this Mac. Overview. It is running High Sierra. It's 21.5 inch, mid 2011. 2.5 GHz Intel Core i5, which I believe is a 4-core, 4-thread processor. My 2.3 in my laptop is an i7, so thus it can multi-thread or hyper-thread. It's got 8 threads, so 4 cores, 8 threads. This one only has 4, if I remember correctly. This has 8 gigs of memory, RAM. Go over to the memory. 4 2 gig chips. Storage 500 gigabytes of SATA disk. Really slow. So this is on my list to change, but in the meantime I can just leave it on and it kind of boots up quick. So like a whole bunch of other people on YouTube, I paid about $100. Well, I paid exactly $100. I was considering this for a Mac Pro. I really wanted a Mac Pro, but that just didn't work out. But this is newer than the Mac Pros I was looking at, and about $100 cheaper or so. So I saved a little bit of money that I invested in the upgrade that I'm going to be doing to this. Spent like $130 some on that. It's got an AMD Radeon HD 6750M with 512 megabytes. So I hear that maybe this is the one that's not very reliable. To change anything other than the RAM, I'm going to have to take the screen apart and all the other stuff. So later on down the road, I'm gonna hopefully have all the components together to do a full upgrade on this, given it's an extensive process versus upgrading the RAM. Today we are going to upgrade the RAM to 32 gigs, which I just got in a couple days ago. If you care, it's got a 1920 by 1080 and the graphics card, yeah. Storage, yeah, we went through that. Anyway, so without further ado, I suppose that's my new famous line. We will shut down, unplug the keyboard and the mouse, at least until this thing finally shuts down. I felt like I got a fairly good deal. it's got minor nicks and dings and whatnot. No actual dents, no actual big scratches, so everything looks really nice on here. I believe we can unplug it. And this is actually quite a hard plug to get out. And I'm sure that's good for the cable. Let's set this over by these other cables. I will move this over here for a second so I can get this nice stand here that looks so presentable. It looks okay anyway. Okay, if you're gonna do this at home, do not leave it unattended, because you don't want this thing to tip over. And you know what? I just realized I have my ceiling fan off. Or, I have it on. I've had it on in one other video. Let's see if you can notice the difference. You'll probably be able to notice the difference. So what I have here is a cheap Black & Decker screw gun. It goes really slow, which is a good thing. You wreck less things when you go slow. I don't know how well the camera can see this, but on the bottom here, I will pick this up, and this is heavier than you might think, even though it's aluminum. You see there's 2 here and 1 there, 3 screws total, holding that little vent on. Oh man, especially for one hand. And I'm not exactly a wimp, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that in the comments. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is take this Phillips screwdriver and loosen all 3 screws. Now, so you don't wreck the screw, put as much force as you can and turn it. And they're not really tight anyway, so. The less you slip with the screws, the longer the screws will last. And given this is 10 years old, you'd think these would be shot by now, but you know, it's not like everyone upgrades the RAM on their computers. Uh-oh, whoa. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. It's good to have a bucket for your screws so you don't lose anything. Bucket for every part that you take off, but you do not have that right now. What I do have is countertop space. Tons of that. So what we'll do is set it down, like so. Like so. The screw's popping up through the vent, so they can't really go anywhere. Grabbing the RAM over here, shaking the camera on its stand. We have 4, what are they, 8 gig? 8 gig DDR3, I assume that's 1300 megahertz. That doesn't sound like a lot. But, anyway, the amount of RAM is the more important, I guess. I don't know. So we got 2 here and another 2 here. I watched a video on this. Apparently you pull this tab out and you yank with as much force as you got. Alright, so it's interesting. So it looks like smaller chipsets, or a different size chipset versus the new versus the old. A little bit bigger chips on each board, and that would make sense because there are more RAM on each board. Right. How do they go? Okay. We will yank out the other ones because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, let's just pull this one out for now. I assume it would be the same on this side, so small side on this side. If this goes in, we're good. looks like there's a little channel for each board. Okay, that one went in. This is one of the new ones. Yep, I think. Well, it says on here, 8 gigs of RAM, yep. That's not in all the way. I don't think. Ouch. Okay, I think that's in. Computer will tell me, I suppose, when I fire it up. Point out the last one there. This is like the simplest thing ever. Too bad upgrading processors is not that easy. But that's one of the reasons I bought this as an upgrade for my studio computer, because everything is upgradable on, more upgradable on desktops versus laptops. Oh, this is, I wish I had one of those thumb protection device things for when you're dealing with needles. A thimble, I believe it is called. That would be so nice right now. Oh, or gloves. I suppose I might have a right glove over there, but we ain't gonna deal with that. Alright, so last one here. Oh, boy. Come on. Just gonna push both cards in there. That feels pretty good. As good as I can get it, I suppose. And I hope I don't have to take this back apart. This little cover looks very universal, so I don't think I'm going to have a problem. These just seem to stay here. They got that little locking washer on there that, not exactly a locking washer, but, you know, it's kind of the same idea. That's a nice thing there. Just gonna, oh, come on. Why do I hate Phillips? Square drive is better. Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna tighten that with the screwdriver. When I'm done here, I don't want to break it. Uh-oh. Oh well, I think it's fine. As you can see, there's a little ding there, a little ding there. The guy actually mentioned that right before I purchased it from him. He wanted to be very honest about it, which was nice. Shoot, don't do that. I actually had my Eagle Power Station with me, and because it was outside of a Starbucks where we met to do the exchange. And that powered it very well. Since we got no other place to put these, we will put them back in here. Obviously, they fit just like the originals that came in here. Alright. 2 gigs. 2R by 8. PC3-106-00S-9-10-F1 is what these... Oh, these are not all the same. That's interesting. This is a El Pida. I don't know how you pronounce that. This is a Hynix. And it says it's made in Korea. I wonder what these are, actually. I'm very curious. Same as that El Pido, however you pronounce it, brand there. I bet this is actually, it looks like the same color of board. Yep. Same brand as that other one. Hynix. Interesting. So I was watching, I don't know which channel it was, Linus Tech Tips. I'm not sure which is Tech Quick. quick tech tips or his other channel, but one of his channels, shout out to him, I suppose. He said that they upgraded from like 8 gigs to 32 to 64, 128, and that their render time on their videos kept getting quicker and quicker, which is interesting. So I thought, oh well, maybe I can go really far with this on 32 gigs, which is the most you can upgrade this to. At least that's as much as I found on Amazon to upgrade it to. Obviously, I don't know of any limit for a solid state drive or a hard drive to put in here. No one really cares about that anymore. You can always get external hard drives. Alright, so it took like 50-some seconds to boot up. And I do not imagine this being any different, but you can look at the little scroller on the video. And I hope it fires up. I assume that means I installed the RAM correctly. Bring the keyboard and the mouse back over here. And you get to enjoy how slow this is. This may only have USB 2, which is a total bummer, but you can get USB 3 out of Thunderbolt. It has one Thunderbolt 2 port on the back. Alright, it seems like everything's running fine. Let's see how much RAM we got. 8 gigs each slot. Alright, so we got 32 gigs of 1300 megahertz DDR3. So, well, that worked. Let's see that video I rendered on here. It took about 4 minutes, or a little bit under 4 minutes to render a 4-minute video. If it will fire up. Oh boy. Yeah, let's I'll just delete it later, but this is the video. This is about 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Well, close enough. And I believe this is that's not what I called it, but I put this video on YouTube already. We'll see how long it takes. Let's see if I can. All right. Oopsie. Got my S8 here, and let's see if I can find a stopwatch really quickly. Stopwatch. All right. So, all right. Looks like we're ready. Start. I believe when it got all the way around, I stopped things. So we will see how quickly this is. The time to beat is like 3.5 minutes or so. I cannot remember exactly. And it looks like it's possibly going to beat that. Hard to tell at this point. I actually don't know if the camera can pick this up. I don't know if that's bleached out. Leave that out. Leave that in. Tell me in the comments if it's bleached out. Alright, it's almost at a 25% done, and it's at 25% done and at 50 seconds. So, it might not actually be quicker. We'll see. So the processor upgrade is from like a 4-core right now at 2.5 to like a 2.8 4-core that can run 8 threads. So technically it'll be 0.5, yeah, 0.5 of a gigahertz, if you want to just look at gigahertz, I suppose, per core, quicker than my laptop. So that should be a little bit quicker across the board, especially if I can, well, for boot up speed reasons, I suppose, mainly, you get a SSD in here, but, yeah. I don't know how exactly a faster graphics card, or better, a superior graphics card would do. I don't know how that affects video rendering in iMovie or Final Cut Pro or whatever. If you know that leave that in the comments. Or if you watch Linus Tech Tips, you know, tell them to make a video on that, because I don't know. It'd be nice to know that. 3/4 of the way done at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so it's getting there. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be under 3 minutes this time, so that will be good. I actually have this big fat receipt. Usually it's a small one with Amazon, but alright. Come on, get close to being done here so I can talk about the receipt. Alright, here we go. About 3 minutes and 6 seconds. I'm sure that shaved off about 20 seconds, so that might increase rendering speeds. Anyway, so it's $125.79 before taxes. Taxes is $9.47. So $135 total from Amazon, and this is Time Tech Hynix. Oh, that sounds familiar. So, oh, okay, that might be actually the chips that Time Tech is selling. 4 8 gig RAM cards. So, yeah. The good thing about this is, yeah, don't care. Move this to trash, you guys, because I don't want it taking up hard drive space. So empty. Good thing about this is it may not help. I'm not a super genius like Linus, but you know, it may not help with single application performance, but it may help with more than more than one application can be running at better performance. You know, some software specifications require a minimum of this amount of RAM, but prefer this amount of RAM because it only uses this amount of RAM. So I might be able to run a couple different applications a lot better now, given I got 32 gigs of RAM, which is fantastic. It's 4 times as much as what I have in both my laptops, actually. Both, you know, the 15-inch Retina display and the MacBook Air. So, yeah. If you like this video, if it's informative, if it's just like any other YouTuber video that takes iMac and for $100 and upgrades it, let me know that in the comments. If you like it, you know, share and subscribe, please. Hopefully I can sometime soon do the rest of the upgrades. Maybe I'll get one of my buddies. He works on computers a lot, just in his spare time, and it's kind of a hobby for him. My buddy Drew. Actually, before I end this video, we'll leave this running as I look up. Go to Google. Okay, wait on the Wi-Fi a little bit longer. Okay. hey, it's a 10-year-old computer that still works, and it's in pretty good shape. You know, you can find deals like this all over the internet. Anyway, best processor in mid 2011 iMac. Yep, iMac. All right. Best processor. I can put. Oh yeah, that's fantastic English right there. Okay, I'm not finding it. Okay, let's go back. 21.5. Okay, yes, your system can support a better CPU, but you are limited to what Apple offered. 2.8 gigahertz Core i7, or the model number is i7-2600S, as the most powerful in the series. This is due to the CPU socket. So different CPUs have different sockets, which is fantastic, isn't it? So we'll take this, copy, we'll open another tab, we'll work this RAM, not that much actually, and then command paste, command V. Yes, let's go to arcintel.com, archive. Okay, so it is a 32 nanometer. You know, my iPhone is like a 12 nanometer, and obviously the new iPhones are like 5 nanometers. 32 nanometers, that's ridiculous compared to the newer processors. So base frequency 2.8 gigahertz, 4 cores, 8 threads. It can be turbo boosted up to 3.8. Okay, let me look that up. My flagship, my most powerful computer, processing wise, right now has a 2.3 gigahertz Intel Core i7, I believe. It should have 6. Yeah, it does say that. It's a better architecture actually. It's got 22 nanometer instead of 32, but 4 cores, 8 threads, so it does hyper threading. 2.3 base frequency. It has 6 megahertz Intel smart cache. So I learned this on Linus Tech Tips. Yes, I'm referencing him a lot because when I figured out what I wanted to do with this computer, or possibly even before I bought this computer, I did a lot of research. I believe cache is the more cache is helps it predict what you're gonna do next, your next action. Or maybe I got that wrong, but processors can do that now, and that's the way it is more efficient than older processors. So 6 gigs of cache, or 6 megabytes of cache, and this has 8 megabytes. So, well, that's a 33% jump. That's actually pretty good. So, yeah. So this one actually, the one I can put in this computer, yeah, that's this one. That one actually, whoa, where is it? Sucks 65 watts. I assume that's at full tilt and boogie. This is 45 watts, so, well, it's at 22 nanometers versus a 32 nanometers, so that obviously makes sense that it's a little more efficient. So, yeah. Well, this is the video, guys. See you at the next Tech Tuesday, not Tech Tips. I've said that way too many times. Tech Tuesday episode. I'll see you at the next one.